Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. Big news. Amazon jumps into the game. Amazon gets involved with crypto, but more specifically with NFTs, with this one unique project. So I'm going to talk about them. And that project is riding on top of another project that I will be talking about. So tonight I want to talk about a few hot altcoins, ones that have a lot of things going on right now. So let's get started. Thanks for tuning in. As always, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. 2 streams almost every day, 11:30 and 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified. And follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and check out all the latest news, article, and guides at CryptosRUs.com. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Tonight, you know what? I got some good stuff for you guys. It's a light news day, but I do have some interesting things to share. As always, starting with Bitcoin, right around 50,000. It's coming down a little bit, but you know what? These days, if you just zoom out, you realize, okay, we're just going sideways. Because if you zoom in, you realize, well, yeah, there's still some whale games. Like last night, this happened. This dip that came out of nowhere. Means nothing, and it came right back up, right? So there are a little bit of whalish games going on right now, some of it, but Bitcoin is holding, and we'll see what happens right now. Right now, the fear and greed index is still indicating there are a lot of fear out there. 29, barely above yesterday when it was at 28. And what's surprising is, yes, if you just judge by Bitcoin, I could see how that's the case. But if you look at the rest of the market, including Ethereum, started coming back up above 4,400. Then you notice that Binance Coin is above 600. And there's a lot of others. Terra above 74, getting 75, right? Even XRP. So there is definitely recovery going on. Not a major recovery, but there is. So I kind of expected fear to go down a little bit, but that's not the case. And I believe that is what's holding the market back right now, because there's just a lot of people that keep sitting on the sidelines and waiting for something to happen, waiting for some other dip, even though we just came off of some huge dips, right? So that is exactly what's happening right now, that the fear in the market is still rampant. And you know what? Last time we had prolonged fear was when Bitcoin hit 30,000 and we stayed there for months. I remember that. No one dared to make any moves. Bears didn't, bulls didn't, right? It's starting to remind me of that. Just like people are just waiting. But this, in fact, is a great time to not be waiting and actually get in and DCA if you can, because things are pretty darn cheap right now. Now, one thing that I want to start off with is Ethereum, and I talked about them this morning. I had a big piece, but I did mention about Ethereum dominance versus Bitcoin, and that number continues to go up. This morning it was 0.087, so it's starting to go up a little bit more tonight, and that BTC dominance continues to fall, not only to just Ethereum, but overall. Look at BTC dominance, by the way, 38.95%. So yes, even though Bitcoin is still kind of stagnant, going sideways, but it does show that some smart investors are taking advantage and buying the dip while things are cheap right now. So pretty good overall, I would say, in terms of savvy investors learning from their mistakes and now taking advantage. All right, now let's get to some big news, starting with Amazon. Yes, Amazon backs this new collectibles platform called Dibs. I never heard of Dibs before, never ever. I'm like, is this a crypto company? What is it? Well, it's a collectibles company. So this is what it is, real-time fractional card market, and this is a very well-invested project. A lot of VCs, a lot of players have put in a lot. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars of funding already. And what they're doing is taking sports cars and fractionalizing them with the use of NFTs. So just like this example, you have a Luka Doncic PSA, not GMA, PSA 10 Prism rookie. And you know what? You can offer it as a holder. You can offer this and sell fractional pieces. So if someone wants to buy 8% of something or 12% of something or 14% of something, they can. And everything is like an NFT. This is all made into NFTs for verification, for authenticity, right? And they make it really cool. If you actually own 100% of something, you could redeem it. So they do have that. So this is an NFT project. And guess what? This project is riding on top of Wax, which is why right now Wax is going up. Wax happens to be one of the projects I've been telling you guys a lot about recently, about how there's just a lot of games and NFT marketplaces on top. In fact, in terms of NFT sales, number 2, right behind Ethereum. So if you look at it that way, that ratio, they're definitely undervalued. So Amazon does jump in. Amazon has been speculated to do many things, including come out their own wallet, come out with Amazon Coin and many others. And they have been hiring. There's been job postings about, hiring a head of development, head of blockchain, and all this stuff, right? The very first move is to invest in a project that is within NFT space. Of course, that's hot. And also one that is within Wax. So who knows? Maybe Amazon themselves are going to come out with NFTs in the future, and they may settle with Wax as well. So pretty good for Wax overall. And it's pretty good to see a tech giant like Amazon now finally stepping into the game. And I'm still waiting for them to open up Bitcoin payments or crypto payments overall for Amazon goods. All right, now what else is there? Well, something that relates to Ethereum, but it also relates to a new project that's a layer 2 scaling solution, and that is Immutable X. Immutable X gets a big endorsement as TikTok, which is the hottest social app right now. They're going to drop their first NFT collection. And you know what? It's going to be on top of Immutable X. Okay, so little Nas X will be the first creator to launch his collection. So I guess they are working with a lot of TikTok influencers to come out their own NFTs, right? So this is their new hot thing that they're going to try. And I bet a lot of creators are going to jump on this. And this is on top of Immutable X. Immutable X does have their own token. They are layer 2 scaling solution for Ethereum. So if you want to get off of Ethereum, you want to avoid the fees, well, this is what you could do so, right? So this is, it's good for Immutable X, but honestly, I think this is good for Ethereum because what tokens are they going to use? ERC20 tokens, right? It doesn't matter what project it is within the Ethereum ecosystem. It relates to ERC20 and Ethereum token and utilizing EVM, Ethereum Virtual Machine. So this is all within Ethereum. And IMX also has a couple other projects, Gods Unchained, right, which is an NFT kind of card game. Also, those of you guys are into Coinme, they're going to Immutable X. So Immutable X itself looks like they're getting a lot of traction right now because people can't wait for Ethereum to solve their congestion fast enough. However, like I said, all this is on top of Ethereum. So I do like, not to say I don't like Ethereum. I've always liked Ethereum, but this is one of the reasons why I like them more because their ecosystem is just a hot place. Everyone wants to be within the Ethereum ecosystem right now. Every single project. LP asked about Audius and Crypto.com NFT Marketplace. Crypto.com NFT Marketplace is still really, really young, but they're getting some brands involved, and Audius is basically decentralized Spotify. They've been around for a few years. They got millions of streamers. I like them. I do like them. With so much leverage in the market, do you think smart money is waiting for final wipeout? Smart money is not waiting for anything. Smart money is buying. That is why reserves keeps dropping. I've shown this time and time again. Reserves. I just showed it this morning. Reserves of Ethereum and Bitcoin is dropping. You know who's waiting on the sideline? Retail investors. And that's the unfortunate part, because while the big whales and smart money is buying, the retail investors are sitting on sidelines and waiting. And unfortunately, most retail investors, when they get in, they're getting in while things are getting hot at the top, and they're FOMOing in rather than buying when things are discounted. So it's actually the opposite of what you think. All right, now moving on. What else is there besides Ethereum and Wax and Immutable X? Well, I got to talk about this because this is the reason why Tezos is going up. In case you guys missed this, this was announced just yesterday. You do have Ubisoft. They're going to launch the very first, according to them, AAA game, which is basically like the top tier game, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, on top of Tezos. And not only that, they're going to make it so that every single item in the game is pretty much an NFT. And not only that, you can, of course, buy, trade, and sell, and collect these NFTs. And these are all on top of the Tezos platform. So just want to remind you guys, because this is a really, really big thing. Ubisoft is a huge gaming company, and this is one of many that are jumping into the space. All right, now what else is there? A couple other NFT stuff that I just want to mention. Today is like all NFT stuff, but it's interesting. For example, someone bought $450,000 worth of land next to Snoop Dogg's NFT house, and guess where this is? In Sandbox. So it does show you that Sandbox and Decentraland, and you could even put Axie in there. When it comes to land, virtual land, people are treating it like they were real, right? That there's real value to them. People are putting some big, big bucks into them. So right now with Sand and Mana, both kind of struggling to come back up, could be a good time to get in, because these guys are not going to go away. More and more celebrities are going to be coming in. And finally, well, not finally, one other thing, and that's Terra. Excuse me. I don't know why I just choked when I said Terra. Terra gets a big $50 million fund. Terra has been on absolute fire recently because of all the coin burning. And I do have something else to show you guys that I didn't notice until tonight. So besides this $50 million Terra fund, which is going to be fantastic, right, to draw in more dApps so that they could get part of this fund, so that's good. But the other thing that's really, really good with Terra is the explosion of Terra USD. So look at Terra. So they're up 130% last 90 days, 40% last 30 days. They're closing in their all-time high, and they keep going up on the list. They're number 10, right? But here's the thing. Why do they keep having all these coin burns? Well, it's because Terra USD itself is blowing up. So I didn't even know this, but Terra USD is now one of the biggest stable coins out there. In fact, it is the fourth biggest behind USDT, USDC. They're like, 78 billion and 40 billion. Then you have BUSD, which is within the Binance ecosystem, at 13.6. Now you have Terra at 8.5. Terra could catch up to BUSD. That is an enormous feat, because there's a ton of stable coins out there, and Terra, their stable coin keeps growing. And as they grow more, well, guess what? More Terra is going to be burned. So it's a interesting concept. So they kind of got the token economics of that right. But overall, this is why Terra continues to go up, why they're so hot. And they're developing their ecosystem, which is why you have like a large $50 million fund that just comes out of nowhere, right? So overall, pretty good. Pretty good. That's really it, guys. There's not much else to say. The two interesting things I want to highlight is, number one, BTC dominance is going down. Okay? Now, that sounds like a scary thing, but that's actually a good thing for altcoin holders. You may have noticed that your altcoins are, or at least some of them, have outperformed Bitcoin short term, so that's overall a good thing. But something else with that is people are not fearful. There are retail investors. I hate to clump all retail investors as dumb money waiting for top and waiting to FOMO in. No, there are a lot of retail investors that have been in the game for quite some time and they know how to take advantage. And what they do, they generally stock up on everything, but retail investors tend to stock up more on altcoins, which is why BTC dominance is going down. Down, 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 but that's not to say it will be like that forever. BTC can flip. If it's going to go on a crazy run within the last 3 weeks, 2 weeks of this month, we could definitely see BTC dominance come back in a big way. So there you go. There you go. So I guess I said there's two things I want to highlight. Number one is BTC dominance. Number two is just how hot NFTs and gaming and metaverses are right now. There's just a lot. And even enticed big giant like Amazon. All right, let's do some Q&A. Crypto Trinity says there's a lot of news about Shiba. Please share the big news about Shiba. Let's see. Shaolin says I'm playing Gods Unchained right now. Awesome. I'm picking up NFTs on Tezos for pennies only on the transaction. So you're talking about fees are very, very low within Tezos. That is good. What else is there? CRO has quality NFT offerings. You know, I haven't looked at it recently. Let's go to crypto.com. Such an easy name to remember. I am in Singapore. And then go to NFTs. The Witness. So there's the Witness drop. What else is there? Let's go to Marketplace. Loaded Lions. There's a lot. George Washington Punk. What are some... Let's do celebrities. Let's see. Heavy metal. There's a lot of heavy metal. The Professor is somehow in here. Wow, he has his own NFT. I don't know what else is there. There's a lot of Professor and stuff in here. Yeah, I think Crypto.com's NFT marketplace is just starting. The collection is definitely not as good as some of the other NFT marketplaces, but because of who they are, they're going to attract a lot more artists and collections. Kickstarter to migrate to Celo blockchain. Kickstarter. No one talks about Kickstarter anymore. I'm surprised you're paying attention to them. CRO. Hey, they had enough news recently. Okay, so right now you just want to wait for them to come back. They have shot up tremendously within the last 30 days. Even with them declining recently, they're still up 60% in the last 30 days and last month. 230 for the last 9 months. They just need to cool off. Once they do, and the market comes back, they will come back in a big way. Any big news on Cartesi? No, I don't have any news on Cartesi. Efinity, I am still bullish on Engine and Efinity, so I like both projects. What else is there? The Congress talks went well, DJ. I didn't pay attention to it, so I know that a lot of CEOs, Sam Bankman-Fried and who's the other guy from Circle? I forgot his name. I forgot his name. But there's several CEOs and from major exchanges and lending companies supposed to give a talk to Congress. I'm sure they did. DJ, you're saying it went well. I hope so, because they're going to talk about a lot of stuff, right? Like the infrastructure bill and everything else. Will. What else is there? How long has George been saying BTC will hit 100K? I've been saying that since 2018. I've been saying that since Bitcoin dropped to 3,000. And I will never stop saying that because it is going to come. I truly believe it. Thoughts on Gala's Towncoin? Towncoin is basically like Farmville. That's their way of entering the space. Because Gala Games wasn't created by a co-founder of Zynga, so Towncoin is the one that's basically a Farmville. But they have a few others on there. They have like 4 coins. I mean, not 4 coins, 4 games. And you know, they had a really good run. They had a really good run at mid-November. I mean, man, that's such a good run. So they're still up tremendously. 440% in the last 30 days. Yeah, that's a big jump. So that's because metaverses, right? And I think people like the fact that it's led by someone that actually created a company that created very viral games. So, all right. Still bullish on Cadena. Damon, yes. VVS. I don't know VVS. I can't talk about it. How about Phantom? Yup. I like Phantom. I like them a lot. Phantom's TVL is among the best. So they definitely have a lot of usage going on right now. So where are they? I mean, they climbed the ranks a lot this year too. I don't know where they settled at. Maybe I missed them already. Yeah, I probably did. Phantom. Yeah, so if you go like say the full 12 months, yeah, you can see since August they have shot up tremendously. Now they're taking a breather, but yeah, they still their ecosystem is still pretty big. Price prediction of Luna by the end of the month. I mean, well above 100. If Bitcoin starts really moving, Luna could be 200, 300. It really depends on if the market starts moving in a big way. How does price of Chainlink correlate with its use? If Link actually correlated with its use versus other coins that's correlated with its use, Link should be much, much higher. Link will probably be the highest one right next to Ethereum because every single DeFi projects are making a crazy amount of API calls for data retrieval, and they're all doing it through Link. So if you're looking at it that way, yeah. 7 billion is circulating supply in Matic. Should it be a problem with growth? No. You can't just look at it that way because you also have to look at like how much is out in the market, right? And every single token has their own price. So if you look at 7 billion out of 10, that's actually really good. That's really, really good. That's 70% of the total supply is already out floating, right? And that is good. You know why? That means it's more decentralized. So if you look at a lot of these other ones, and I hate to, let's say I'll pick Solana, right? Solana right now is about half. So it kind of shows you if you're looking at from a supply, circuit supply versus total supply, well, you could argue that Polygon is a better shape because there's more that's released that is spread among the community rather than being held by the team or insiders, right? So that's not a problem, but just know that a lot of people don't understand how market cap is calculated. They just look at price and they'll see, let's say Cardano is cheaper than Solana, so it must be a better buy, right? But you have to calculate that by timing the circulating supply, and that's how you get market cap. So market cap is a lot more important than price. Hopefully that made sense for some of you guys. All right. You need to buy a land and sandbox for all the Georges hang out. That's a good idea. Honestly, I'm going to look at that. Either look at Decentraland or Sandbox and see which one actually I could build like a little hangout for all Georges. That would be really, really cool. But I think it's going to be very expensive. So I just have to see. If I had to enter the market with $500, Mystic Shadow asks, where would I put it? You know what? I would spread it both ways, two ways. 50%, $250 in Bitcoin, 250% in Ethereum. If you're just starting out, that I think it's a really, really good combination. You go with two, and you're not gonna do much better than that. Okay, at least when you're starting out. Later on, then you can add in other coins. But if you're just starting out, right, those two are the top dogs, and they're top dogs for a reason. So let's go with those two. XRP Army has a sandbox land to hang out. Maybe they do. Maybe they do. Someone says I should drop, show off the exclusive George NFTs. I may do that. Maybe I'll release some ones that you could only buy in that land or within whatever palace or mansion I build in there. Maybe. Can you look into SPS? It's a gaming coin. All right, let's take a look at this, and then I'm going to let you guys go. SPS. Oops. SPS. Splinter Shards. Okay, they had a big jump at the very beginning. Next generation collectible card games. Okay. I don't really get into card games. I get some people really like card games, but that's just not for me. Right, but it looks like there's a game that you could play already, and there's a shop, there's a market, you could battle. Looks like they're pretty complete, but I don't know what the gameplay is like. And where are they? They're on Gate.io, so they're on a reputable centralized exchange already. And I'm on PancakeSwap, so they're on top of Binance Smart Chain, so could be good. Could be good. Circuit supply is already 50% released. Could be a good one. Could be a good one. All right, guys. That is pretty much it. Overall, it's quiet afternoon, quiet night, right? But I did want to talk about Amazon and a few of these altcoins that you better pay attention to, because if you don't, you may be losing out. There's a lot of stuff happening right now. You got to read in between the lines. You got to put two and two together. And then you realize that the smart money, the big money, have already entered the space. Price may not be reflected yet. And that is on purpose, because these big guys want to get as much as they can while retail investors are panicking, while fear index is at 29, right? So don't fall for it. Stay in the game, my friends, and we'll build life-changing wealth together. Thanks for tuning in. Smash the like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. All right? Have a good one, guys. Good night. Bye-bye.